Good morning, class. So we are going to see the next topic, that is relative density and its measurement by Archimedes principle. So to start, we will first discuss the density and relative density, and these are the things which you have studied in your previous classes. So we will just take a review of this and move to the actual thing. So you already know that the density of a substance is its mass per unit volume, right? So density is the mass per unit volume or mass upon volume. It is represented by rho or d. Okay, this is the term rho. As you have seen in the previous topic also, in all the numericals I use this term only. It is pronounced as rho, or you can use d also, but mostly now you will find rho everywhere. Okay, so rho is equal to m upon v, where m is the mass of the substance and rho is the volume. Then unit, as you know that now you have learned the derived units, and also you can very easily get the unit of it. Unit of mass upon unit of volume. What is the SI unit of mass? Kg. SI unit of volume? Meter cube. So kg upon meter cube, or kg per meter cube is the unit of density. And in CGS system it is gram per cc. And if you want to get a relation between kg per meter cube and gram per cc, you can simply see 1 kg per meter cube is equal to, convert 1 kg into gram. 1 kg has 1000 grams, so 1000 gram upon 1 meter has 100 centimeters. So 100 multiplied by 100 cube है ना, so 3 times इतना centimeter cube. This will give you, see, 3 zeros, so 1 upon 1000 gram per cc or centimeter cube. Right, so you can say that 1 gram per cc is equal to 1 kg per 1000 kg per meter cube, right? So this is the relation between gram per cc and kg per meter cube, or the CGS and MKS units of density, right? Then what is the effect of temperature on density? First you think yourself, what is the effect of temperature on density? When I say this, see, first you know that rho is equal to mass upon volume. Let us say what happens when a body is heated? It expands, right? But its mass does not change. When it expands, what will happen? Its dimensions are changing, that means its volume is changing, and when it expands, the volume is increasing, right? So V is increasing, the denominator is increasing, mass is remaining the same. So suppose in the beginning mass was 5 and volume was say or let us say mass was 50 and the volume was 10, right? So the density was 5. Now I say that the volume has increased because of expansion. So ऊपर तो न्यूमरेटर वही रहेगा, डिनोमिनेटर बढ़ गया, तो अभी क्या हो गया? दिस विल बिकम 2.5, राइट? सो क्या हुआ? डेंसिटी कम हो गई, राइट? दैट मीन्स इफ द डिनोमिनेटर, I might have told you earlier also that if the numerator remains same and denominator increases, then this whole thing, that means this thing will decrease. Okay, that means on heating the density of a substance will decrease, right? So you can see here mass of the substance. Most of the substances expand on heating and contract on cooling, but their mass remains unchanged. Therefore, density of most of the substances decreases with increasing temperature and increases with decreasing temperature, right? But water is an exception. Okay, you know, the behavior of water is different from the other things. Water when heated, okay, suppose we start heating it from 0 degree Celsius or okay, they are contracting, तो चलो जो बुक में लिखा है वैसे ही चले. So when it is cooled, so they are cooling it from some higher temperature, so up to 4 degrees Celsius it will contract. When you cool something, it should contract, right? So up to 4 degrees Celsius it contracts, but from 4 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius it expands. This is the anomalous behavior of water, right? So depending on that, the density will also change. So when the body is contracting, the density will increase. So when water is cooled, the density increases up till 4 degrees Celsius, and from 4 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius it again decreases. Okay, so you have to understand this. Suppose water, मान लो we are talking about water at room temperature, suppose 30 degree Celsius, and we are cooling it, we cooled it up to 4 degrees Celsius. So during this process, and again it will be cooled till 0 degrees Celsius. So during this process it will contract. कूल करने पे कोई भी चीज़ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करती है, वाटर विल ऑल्सो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. बट फ्रॉम 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस टू 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस व्हाट हैपेंस? वाटर एक्सपैंड्स, राइट? सो व्हेन इट इज़ कंट्रैक्टिंग, द डेंसिटी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है मतलब वी डिक्रीज हो रहा है, मतलब रो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, तो डेंसिटी इंक्रीजेज from any higher temperature to 4 degrees Celsius, and here the density decreases, right? So at 4 degrees Celsius the density of water is maximum, right? क्योंकि यहाँ पर increase हुआ up till 4 degrees Celsius and then it is decreasing. Fine. Okay, now see the next thing. Okay, you know this density of water is 1 gram per cc or 1000 kg per meter cube. This value of density is taken at 4 degrees Celsius. The maximum value of density is at 4 degrees Celsius. So these values are of 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay. Then let us come to the relative density. Okay. So relative density, you have studied this also. It is the ratio of the density of the substance upon or it is a ratio of the density of the substance to the density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, so basically it is the mass of unit density. How do you define density? It is the mass of unit volume of a substance, right? So mass of unit volume of substance upon mass of unit volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius, or you can say that mass of a particular volume of substance. हम unit volume ना लें, अगर कुछ और volume ले लें, तो mass of a certain volume of a substance upon mass of same volume of water, right? अगर हम मान लो 5 ml या जितना भी we are taking the substance, then same volume of the water should be taken in order to calculate the relative density, right? Because it's a ratio, the relative density has no unit, ratios have no units. Then there are these few points you need to know. See, in CGS system, the density of water is 1 gram per cc, right? Therefore, relative density is equal to density of substance in gram per cc upon 1 gram per cc. So here if you calculate it, relative density is equal to density of the substance in gram per cc, right? So if you know the density of a substance in gram per cc, then the relative density will also be the same. This is nothing to learn, this is something to just observe. So if you understand the things, then you don't need to learn these things, right? Then see here, if you're talking about SI system, then the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube, right? So this becomes the formula, right? So don't need to learn these things, just these are some observations. जितना आप देखेंगे इस तरीके की चीज़ें तो ज़्यादा ऑब्जर्वेशंस बढ़ेंगी, right? So now we come to the main topic, that is the determination of relative density of a solid by Archimedes principle, right? So see, this is the basic formula that we just studied. Relative density is equal to mass of the body upon mass of water of same volume. Okay, so now see, if we are talking about Archimedes principle, so see when you immerse a body in water, then the water that is displaced by that body, that will give the same volume as the volume of the body. So we can write it here, that mass of body upon mass of water displaced by the body. हमें equal volume of water चाहिए ना, तो equal volume of water we'll get if we immerse the body and we get the water that is displaced by it, right? So the water displaced by it will give us the same volume. So we actually want the mass of body upon mass of water displaced by the body. Now you have studied Archimedes principle. What is the mass of water displaced by the body called? That is the upthrust. Actually not the mass but the weight. So if you multiply the numerator and denominator by g, what it becomes? Weight of body upon weight of water displaced by the body, right? So weight of water displaced by the body can be directly written as the upthrust or the loss in weight of the body in water, and loss in weight can be written as weight of body in air minus weight of body in water. So you can simply write weight of body in air upon weight of body in air minus weight of body in water. So if you have a certain object, you can get the weight of it in different things like in air and in water, and then put it in this formula, you'll get the relative density, right? Then this is the experiment. See, they have taken a mass or rather stone and taken its mass, then they have immersed it in water, taken the mass weight again, W1 W2, and just put it in the formula. So W1 upon W1 minus W2, right? Then if the solid is soluble in water, then what will you do? In that case, this is the formula, weight of the solid in air. What do we do in that case? Water में तो soluble है ये object, तो क्या करें? Then we take some other liquid in which it is not soluble, do the same thing with that liquid, and then the formula is this: weight of solid in air upon loss in weight of solid in liquid multiplied by relative density of the liquid. Okay, so this is the formula for that. Archimedes principle, if you want to see what are we going to do with the help of Archimedes principle, weight of a given volume of the liquid. Okay, now we want to determine the relative density of a liquid by Archimedes principle, right? We have a liquid and उसका relative density निकालना है. Then if you immerse a liquid in water, what will happen? It will, both of them will mix. Okay, then we need the Archimedes principle over here. So the formula says the weight of a given volume of liquid upon weight of same volume of water, right? So excuse me. So what we are going to do here, we will immerse a solid in the liquid as well as in water. Then what do? Weight of liquid displaced by a body. See, this equation becomes now, we want certain volume of that liquid, no? So suppose we have a body, suppose we have a cube, and we immerse it in this liquid first. Then the whatever liquid it is displacing, that will give us the weight of that particular volume of that liquid, right? So weight of liquid displaced by the body we will get upon weight of same volume of water. So उसी बॉडी को आप वाटर में इमर्स कर रहे हैं, तो यू कैन गेट द वेट ऑफ वाटर डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय द सेम बॉडी. सी हियर वी आर जस्ट कन्वर्टिंग द फॉर्मूला इन दैट लैंग्वेज. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? वी आर डूइंग द सेम थिंग. वेट ऑफ अ गिवन वॉल्यूम ऑफ लिक्विड, तो उसको हमने लिख दिया वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय अ बॉडी. वॉल्यूम जो था, वॉल्यूम टर्म, उसको हटाया क्योंकि हमने एक बॉडी यूज़ की है, उसका वॉल्यूम दोनों में सेम होगा. ठीक है, वॉल्यूम तो सेम रहेगा चाहे हम लिक्विड में इमर्स करें चाहे वाटर में. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर हम इसको हम लिख सकते हैं वेट ऑफ अ गिवन वॉल्यूम ऑफ लिक्विड को लिख सकते हैं वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय अ बॉडी. वेट ऑफ सेम वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर को लिख सकते हैं वेट ऑफ वाटर डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय द बॉडी, राइट. So weight of liquid displaced is the weight of body in air minus weight of body in liquid. Weight of liquid displaced is actually the loss of weight of the body, right? So weight of body in air minus weight of body in liquid, and weight of water displaced by the same body in weight of water displaced, that will be the weight of body in air minus weight of body in water, right? तो अब सब में हम weight निकाल लें. Air में we can measure the weight, then we can measure the weight in the liquid, we can measure the weight in water, and then put the value over here. So here we have three weights. W1 is the weight in air, W2 weight in liquid, and W3 is the weight in water. So RD of liquid becomes W1 minus W2 upon W1 minus W3. See again, this thing might seem a little confusing, but it is very simple. जो आपने पहले पढ़ा इन पेजेस में, ये आपको पहले से आता है, इसमें बिल्कुल परेशान मत होइए. जस्ट एक बार रीड कर लीजिएगा, आपको समझ आ जाएगा. देन ये चीज़ आपके लिए नई थी, लेकिन आप आर्किमिडीज प्रिंसिपल अच्छे से जानते हैं, आपने न्यूमेरिकल्स भी कर लिए, तो इतना सा पार्ट आप बहुत आराम से समझ सकते हैं. यू जस्ट सी द वीडियो, दिस वीडियो, एंड यू जस्ट गो थ्रू द बुक and it will be very easily understood. Okay, that's all.